Into the last 16 we go now over in the Europa Conference Leagues. That's right, with the big boys back in action. That's right, the top 8 clubs from the league phase now join the shenanigans. Who will go through in this double-legged affair? We've got the first legs coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video today. It's all about the last 16, that's right, over in the Europa Conference League. That's right, the top 8 are back. Can they get the upper hand this week? Of course, in the first legs. We'll get into all of that and more in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and you want to subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, Conference League, World Football. We're going to all here under one rooski. That's right, the likes of Chelsea are back. Who else is back? Lugano, Guimarães, of course, all the big boys. Fiorentina as well, who, of course, will get the upper hand in those opening legs. We'll get into those in a minute. Big shout out to the members, the patrons. You know who you are. So let's get into it. Now look back at those last rounds, the playoffs, second legs, and tell you what went on over there. All right then, folks, let's go back to those last man matches. They were the last 16, and this is what happened. That's right, of course. My predictions are the big fat white ones. The scorelines in the black font are the actual scoreline. So Real Betis actually lost to Ghent, if my graphic is correct. I went with a 2-0 win. I think I did pretty shit on the picks there, but we'll see. Jagiellonia, they did beat back up to Pola 3-1. I went with a 2-1 win. Nicosia lost to Celje 2-0 on the night. I went the other way. Panathinaikos did beat Vikangor 2-0. I went with a 3-0 win. Meanwhile, Molde-Legia came out on top with a 0-0 draw on the night, but did they go through? We'll see in just a second. Paphos did beat Armenian Nicosia 2-1. I went with a 1-0 win. Shamrock Rovers were taken to penalties, but they lost. Molde going through there. I went with a draw myself. And then bottom of the screen there, Copenhagen coming out on top with a 3-1 win over Heidenheim. That is correct. So that's, of course, the results on the screen there. Who made it through to the last 16? All right then, folks, let's take a look at those last 16 now. Of course, separated by these 8 matches. We got Real Betis, we got Victor Guimarães, we got Jagiellonia, Białystok against Cercle Brugge, we got Celje against Lugano, we got Panathinaikos against Fiorentina, we got Copenhagen against Chelsea, Molde taking on Legia Warsaw, we have Paphos up against Djurgårdens, and then we have back up to Pola up against Rapid Vienna. So let's get into it and take a little look at the first one. It's going to be Real Betis up against Guimarães. A bit of a Mediterranean affair. This one coming out over in Spain, the first legs. Of course, Betis did finish in the old league stage in 15th with 10 points. They're coming into this on the back of 3 wins out of the last 4 matches. 58% form for them right now up against Guimarães, who finished second in that league phase, just I think behind Chelsea. Just 1 win though in the last 6 matches. They have played Real Betis twice since 2013 and they've lost both of them. Both of them were in the Europa League group phases back in 2013. Victories, 1-0 wins for Betis on both occasions. The Spanish outfit coming into this on the back of a 2-1 win over Getafe. They will be taking on Real Madrid this weekend before, again, this video will drop in and around about the same time of this video. Porto did play Guimarães last time. It was a draw. In fact, Guimarães on the back of 3 successive draws. They'll take on Casapia this weekend. They're expected to win that game. The odds here, 11-9 on is your Real Betis. 45-17 is the draw. 92 is your Guimarães. I'm going with a 2-0 win. Spanish outfit to make it 3 wins on the bounce against them this time around. Real Betis is there. Next up we have a Jagiellonia Białystok up against Cercle Brugge. Now I've got to do a bit of a jiggery pokery here, so bear with me while I figure this out. There are Jagiellonia up against Cercle Brugge. It's coming at you over in Poland. Of course, the first legs on the 2nd of March. Of course, Jagiellonia finishing in 9th in the table. Back-to-back games, though, without a win. Up against Cercle Brugge, who are finished in 8th. The last team in that league phase to go through to these playoff round in last of 16. But they have not won a game in the last 5 matches. Of those last 5, they've drawn 4. They're coming into this on the back of a draw against Utrecht in the Juniper League over in Belgium. Ligue also on the back of a 3-1 win over Jagiellonia in the quarterfinals of the Polish Cup. Jagiellonia taking on Katowice this weekend over in the top flight there in Poland. Cercle Brugge taking on Antwerp in their respective game. The odds for this one, What are we looking at here? Białystok are 41 to, that's pretty much even Stevens for Białystok to the home leg, 29-10 is your Cercle, 37-10 or 37-13. Again, these odds are a little bit weird for the draw. I am going with, a draw on the first legs. I think Cercle Bruges have been draw specialists, so they might get another one here as well. Let's go to the next one. It'll be Celje. It'll be Lugano coming at you over in Slovenia. Celje coming into this on the back of a win, 3 wins on the spin. They're on 67% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 5. They did finish 7th in the league with just 7 points. Lugano, on the flip side, they finished 6th, but they're coming into this on the back of just 1 win. In the last 5, they're on 42% form for them right now. They did lose the quarterfinal of the Swiss Cup against Białystok most recently, but they'll be taking on Zurich this weekend, where they're expected to win. Meanwhile, Celje on the back of their Slovenian Cup, the round of 16, they did win as well. They scored 12 goals in the last 2 games combined. Goodness gracious me. They're taking on Molde-Legia this weekend in a bit of a spicy game in their domestic top flight. The odds for this one then, shall we? What are we looking at? Celje coming at you on this 70-10 for the Rich, 8-5 is Lugano, 27-10 is the draw. I'm going with a 2-1 for Lugano on this one, which of course will be a big boost for them, seeing as this is an away match for those guys. Let's go to the next one. It'll be Panathinaikos. They're going to be taking on Fiorentina, probably one of the spicier games of the round. Coming over in Greece, the first leg. Panathinaikos finished 13th in the season, just 10 points for the campaign, 2 wins of the last 6. Fiorentina, they did finish 3rd with 42% form for them right now. Coming at you, 3 defeats on the spin for them over in Celje. They have lost on the back of Inter, Como and Verona. Back-to-back games without a goal. Panathinaikos also on the back of a defeat, losing Lamia in their matches. Of course, Panathinaikos will take on Panathinaikos in the Superliga this weekend. They're expected to win. Fiorentina will take on Lecce, also expected to win. Both of those games will be at home. The odds for this one then, what are we looking at? We are looking at Panathinaikos. We are looking at 23-10 for the hosts, 25-19. Your Fiorentina 27-11. It's quite tight on the bookies on this one. I am going with what am I going with? I'm going with a 2-1 win. Panathinaikos. Fiorentina have hit a right old rough patch. Let's go to the other side of the graphic now. It is Chelsea. They're going to be going to Denmark. Copenhagen, the hosts. Of course, Copenhagen are 18th in the table. They were finishing in with 8 points. They're coming into this on the back of 3 successive wins. Chelsea, they're top of the pops, of course, 18 points. Perfect record, I believe. 2 wins in the last 6, though. They have played Copenhagen twice since 2011. They've won 1 and they've drawn 1, so yet to taste defeat. Both of those games were in the Champions League back in 2011. It was in the round of 16. Chelsea coming out on top of a 2-legged affair. Back-to-back clean sheets against Copenhagen. They're coming into this on the back of that 4-0 win over Southampton, and they'll be taking on Copenhagen next. Of course, a bit of a build-up for this one because they've got no Premier League. They're out of the cup, it looks like. Meanwhile, Copenhagen on the back of that 1-0 win over Midtjylland, they'll be taking on Augsburg this weekend. Expected to win that game. The bookies for this one, they go 39-10 is your Copenhagen, 30-10 on is your Chelsea, 33-10 is the draw. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Copenhagen, because Chelsea have had a bit of a rough patch, and you shouldn't rule out these Danes. That's right. Same to be said for these Norwegians. Molde, they're going to be coming at you against Legia Warsaw, coming at you this 6th of March. Molde, 23rd in the table. They finished 7 points for them. They've won 3, they've lost 3 over the last 6. Up against Legia Warsaw, who finished 7th in that top 8, 12 points for the season. They've just won twice in the last 5. They played Molde 4 times since 2013. They've lost twice, and they've only drawn, of course, yet to get a win. Last time around over in Molde in Norway. It was a 3-2 win for Molde back in February 2024, last season in the Europa Conference League knockout stages. Molde going through 6-2 on aggregate, both of the legged affairs there. Molde on the back of that penalty shootout victory over Shamrock. The next match is this one, and it is in Norway. Legia also on the back of that 3-1 win over Legia Jagiellonia. Of course, 2 Polish teams in this competition. They'll be taking on Śląsk Wrocław this weekend. They're expected to win that game as well. The bookies for this, though, what are we at? Molde 30-29, pretty much even. Stevens 14-5 is your Warsaw here, and 37-13 is the draw. Going with a 2-1 win for Molde here, giving themselves the upper hand, heading into a spicy second leg in Poland. Meanwhile, Paphos are taking on Djurgårdens over in Cyprus. Paphos 12th in the table, 10 points for the season, 92% form for them right now. They're unbeaten in at least the last 6 games, looking good right now. This could be a bit of a dark horse to go quite far here. Djurgårdens, though, they finished 5th, 13 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They've never played each other, these two sides. Paphos on the back of a 2-0 win over Apple Nicosia. That was over over in the Cypriot League. Meanwhile, Djurgårdens on the back of a 2-2 draw against Odevold. They're taking on Gutenberg this weekend, and Paphos taking on Armenia Nicosia in, again, a non-stop season over in Cyprus. The bookies' odds for this one. What do we got here? Paphos coming at you, 30 to pretty much even Stevens for the victory here, slightly 40 to 39 on. 27 to 10 is the draw. 10 to 3 is your Djurgårdens. I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Again, I don't know just how good they are or how bad they are. And then finally we go to, where are we? We're going to go to we're going to Borac Banja Luka. That's right, as they take on Rapid Vienna. That's right, Banja Luka finishing in 20th in the division, 28 points for the season. They are unbeaten in at least the last 6, picking up 5 wins and just that 1 draw. 92% form up against Rapid Vienna, who finished 4th, 13 points for the season, but they've just won once in the last 6 matches. They're coming into this on the back of a 2-1 loss to Lasic, and they're going to be taking on Altrecht this weekend in the Austrian Bundesliga. Expected to win that game, but the form is shit. Banja Luka on the back of that 3-1 of a Famos Fokorekci. They're in the semi-finals now of the Cup in their respective league. They're taking on Belgina this weekend. Who knows how that's going to pan out. The odds for this one then. Borac Banja Luka, 77 to 29. That's the odds. 8 to 7 is your Rapid Vienna. They are more fancied. 45 to 17, though, is the draw. I'm going with a 1-0 win. But looking at that form, it's going to take something because they look like shit. That's my predictions, guys. Make sure you get yours in as well. We look forward to seeing what you've got down below. And, of course, we'll be back for the second legs whenever we return. But until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. We're done.